Welcome to Archangel Revelations and Prophecies 444. I am Gat, your host. Now, this is a twin flames situation. Um, the person in the middle will be the female. She's asking for the update. So it'll be a twin flames natal charts update. We're going to do an analysis. We're going to take our time. Anybody that's really on a twin flame journey is going to have its highs and lows, and you got to learn how to just walk through it. You learn how to balance your emotions, because it can be very extreme, very upset, very painful, very shocking, a lot of things, a lot of worrying, but you have to learn how to walk it slow and walk through the process. So we've already, the two charts, the one in the middle and the one on the right, we've already gone through those charts. We're conscious of what's going on in the universe right now, and since the person in the middle, they were born in Wisconsin, so we're using that. And when you see the date, it is a Sunday. It's a holiday, actually. So you had a date and a time, but it's the most recent natal chart, and that's where we're going to start. So what the natal chart is saying right now, in the first house, which is really the personality, you can say the personality of our planet right now. You can say the universe if you want, but that personality is couples. Libra, couples. Libra, partnership, business, peace, harmony, agreements, contracts. Now, you see Jupiter. So wherever Jupiter is on her chart, and it looks like Jupiter right now is in her 12th house. So we can make it really simple. This one, because you see Aries again. So there is going to be a forward moving, because Aries rules the first house. So you see a Jupiter and Aries. So it's going to be a forward motion, as far as, now it can have two definitions. Jupiter retrograde, we can have three definitions. Jupiter retrograde can pertain to a past life. Jupiter retrograde can pertain to things that should be expanding, and great finance and great luck, to it not expanding. Jupiter retrograde can mean delayed finances. And Jupiter retrograde can also mean past life, if I didn't say that. But it can also mean a person doesn't feel like things are great. It doesn't feel like things are great in my life. It doesn't feel like things are expanding. So that's all what a Jupiter retrograde can entail. And it relates to relationships, it relates to partnerships and stuff like that. But sometimes it can actually just mean what Jupiter usually means, which is money and luck. Sometimes it is what we think about. Now, sometimes I argue against that, because I got another channel I speak on. Sometimes it's not what we think about, because you can go outside and it doesn't matter. Oh, you got in a bad accident. That's because you were thinking negative and you attracted that. That could be the case, but if that is the mode of operation of your life, then it's higher than that. So in this particular case, it could mean something, or it could just mean this person has the opportunity to be blessed, financially blessed, and experience luck or good fortune and experience expansion. But it's where they put their mind at. It's where they put their mind at. And that's how I'm kind of interpreting it. But I have to give all the possibilities, so if they happen, the person would know. Now, if you see on his chart, his Jupiter is in the 4th house of family. So it's probably a good idea. He's probably going to see money. And Mars rules Aries. So his mind right now, because this is supposed to be an updated chart, his mind right now is on family. And his mind right now is, he may be experiencing a financial gain or a financial loss. And the same thing I already said, it could be good fortune, could be good luck or whatever. But because his Jupiter is forward motion, I'm pretty sure he is thinking finances and even a relationship because of Libra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See how Libra is in his 7th house with Pluto? And remember, now Pluto rules Scorpio, but Scorpio used to be ruled by Mars. So right now, his relationship may be experienced, and Pluto, like Jupiter is expansion, but so is Pluto, because Pluto is real deep. So right now, his family and his relationship may be going through a period of possibly good favor and expansion, and also a deepness. Now it gets kind of hard when you're talking about twin flames, because it could be referring to the person he's with in a relationship, but it could also be referring to his twin flame. And that's why sometimes you have to be patient. And like things like this, if you're on channels like this one, you do have a calling. You do have psychic abilities. You do have gifts. Sometimes I'm allowed to point you in the right direction, but you'll make that final call. But as far as what I'm seeing on this first house of Jupiter, it just looks like right now the universe may be shining on him. Good fortune, expansion, things that are deep and serious. Because who doesn't want to be in a deep relationship? Now that's Pluto. I mean, if you're really in a relationship, that's why I say if you're really serious. Like if it's not just a sexual thing, or I just don't want to be lonely, or I just want somebody I can go out with, but not too serious. But Pluto ain't playing. Pluto wants a deep. It's gotta be real. And that's why I'm gonna tell you over and over again. I don't care if you guys don't listen, and the people that run, I don't care. The worst mistake you're making is when you're not honest. And I know you can shoot yourself in the head when you're honest with somebody, because now you just gave them all your power. I know that. But you got to understand, it's the universe. It's going long run. Pluto's about deepness. Pluto wants to go deep. And Juno wants something serious. So even if that person is acting like, no, I'm not ready, it all depends on where Juno is in their house and where Pluto is. Now, if Pluto is in the 7th house and Libra's there, see, because his first house is Aries. So this gentleman, his zodiac chart is in perfect harmony with, like, first house is Aries. His first house is Aries. He's in perfect union with the universe. So whether he knows it or not, he's in perfect union with the universe. And you see, he wants a deep relationship. That's Pluto and Libra. And that's what the universe is looking at right now. And then you see Juno in the 8th house with Scorpio. So that's a soul relationship. And then he's got Uranus there. And again, Uranus can also really want it to be like real. See, the reason why Uranus opposes Saturn, because Saturn just makes rules. Saturn's not asking you how you feel. Saturn is just coming and saying rule, rule, rule. And Uranus is saying no. What about my feelings? What about love? And Uranus is the rebel. I'm not having that. So that's what you're kind of seeing on his chart. The universe is opening up like realness to him, expansion, possibly finances and good fortune. And then each person has just got to be willing to accept it. And a lot of people aren't. So that's the first house. And now the 6th house, her 6th house also has Libra and Pluto. Because I'm not going to talk about the vertex cross because I've already talked about that. But that is a good thing, the vertex cross. So that means it could be a meeting. Now they may have already met, re-met, and that might be why she's requesting an update. But that's what the vertex cross means, and it's both in Libra on both charts. So that's a meeting in Libra, and the universe is in Libra, which is a relationship. See, now that I had that information, I know it's probably talking about the twin flame relationship. Like the universe is helping the twin flame relationship between him and her deepen if they both allow it. And the universe may be sending past life money or maybe good luck or fortune or expansion and even deepness. Because that's what you're seeing in the signs. Now they go to the second house, which is ruled by Taurus, but it's Scorpio there. So now Scorpio is bringing money because the second house is money and possessions. So again, his Scorpio is in the 8th house, which we already talked about with Juno. So it's still looking at a serious relationship. And Uranus, because Uranus really wants it to be real at the end of the day. You know, Uranus doesn't want it to be common, and you don't just tell me what to do. Uranus wants it to be real, and that's what the 8th house is: real, deep, transforming, highly passionate, highly sexual. And I want a real relation. I want it to be real. And her Scorpio is her sun sign, and Uranus is right there again. So that it's agreeing again. And because right now money, Uranus is right now Scorpio is in the second house of money and possession, so she may have a increase in those areas, or she may have some concern in that area, but it looks like it'll be a positive concern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What did I just do? Okay. Yep, in a relationship. So that's her sector. So it's all about relationship, and the universe is shining on you with finances and with deepness. And that's a situation where something happens where you just feel free. It's like if like anybody that's ever dated, a lot of time, you know, if you're just sitting with a female somewhere, nothing might not happen. But then y'all might go out and might start laughing, might walk up the boardwalk and laugh, or do some goofy stuff on the boardwalk or laugh, or you might go out dancing and now she's feeling more relaxed, and now she's more inclined to want to be more affectionate. So that's kind of what you're seeing in this reading. Third house is Sagittarius with Lilith and Saturn. That's the universe. So at the end of the day, Lilith just wants things to go kind of like her way. And Lilith retrograde, she kind of hides it inside. But this Lilith is in retrograde, so she kind of wants things to go her way. Sagittarius is a great friend. Rules the 9th house, so it's all about travel and communication. And Lilith is like with that. She's like, yeah, if the tension's on me, great. So Lilith does want to travel and wants to have communication. She just wants it to be about her. Now Saturn is, yeah, a lack of restraint. So what the universe is saying with Saturn right now is basically let's travel, let's talk, really focus on me. Let's really make sure I'm having a great time and great conversation and great travel. And I don't want any restraints. So now that's the way that person is going to be feeling, ironically, in the same house where Jupiter is. So let's count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So she's got a lot of activity in that 12th house, where she doesn't have, because the 12th house can be a house of drama, but it can also be a spiritual house. So, but basically it's saying, look, I don't want no drama. Let's just have fun. His Lilith, which is also with the moon, first, second, third, and he's agreeing because that's also in the 3rd house. So they're agreeing, and in his moon, his moon is divine feminine, but that's his subconscious mind, even psychic stuff. So it's all about travel and the twins doing it together, and let's just make it about us. Let's not make it about anything else. And it's real close to Jupiter, so it's still that same Jupiter energy that's also going out. Now the universe is the moon in Cancer. So the moon in, I'm sorry, the fourth house, 1, 2, 3, 4, is the moon in Capricorn. But ironically, because Capricorn rules the 10th house, which is career and reputation, and Cancer rules the fourth house, which is ruled by the moon. So they got something going on between the career and reputation and the family. So what is going on, because the moon is the subconscious and it's still dealing with Pluto, which is the underworld, and then the serious relationship with Juno, but he's still worried because he's still thinking about his career, which is Capricorn, and the fourth house is family. So he does have that going through his subconscious, but he also has that strong desire to connect with Pluto or Scorpio or his soulmate, and he has that Juno. And Juno retrograde does mean infidelity, because you can't get past it. Like, I'm just a very honest person, but you can't get past it because it would be considered infidelity. Because like if I'm married to a woman, but I'm out on a town with my twin flame, it's still, wow, you're cheating. So that's what Juno represents. Juno retrograde represents cheating, and that's what's going on, because he's thinking about the family and he's thinking about his career and his reputation at the same time. And that's why you even see Pluto with Libra on both of these charts. So that's what the universe is doing. It's basically taking relationships through, basically temptation, but just trial. If you want it so bad that you are willing to risk something to lose it. And when you deal with Pluto in the 12th house, Pluto deals with Scorpio, the 8th house. That deals with a lot of secrets. These are your secret affairs, your dysfunctions, and stuff like that. But it is the life we live. It is the life we live. And whenever you see Juno with Saturn or Juno with Capricorn, they want it to be serious. Usually. Alright, so you're going to the 5th house, Aquarius, just about travel, helping people, getting to know people, whatever. And you see that on both charts. Like, if you notice on all three of these charts, you see Aquarius, but they don't have nothing else in the house but Aquarius. So it's kind of self-explanatory. But the universe is telling people with that Aquarius energy to get out and about, have fun, relate to people around you, try to encourage people. Now in the 6th house, and it's got Neptune and Pisces. So right now, this is a time where people are becoming more spiritual. Idealism is out there. Like you're hearing me say, oh, I'm ascending to the 5th dimension. I'm getting tired of this 3rd dimensional bull. That's what you're looking at. You're looking at Neptune and Pisces. Pisces, they just want everything to be great. And they don't want to have to focus on what they would perceive as negative energy and negative stuff. Because Neptune wants everything to be idealistic. And why can't this person just shut up and stop all the drama? Life would be so much better. Somebody might run into a church that normally doesn't go to church, but they may go, they just want that feeling and whatever. Or you might find yourself on YouTube watching some religious or spiritual or church videos that you might not have watched. That's because of this energy right here. 6th house. And again, if you are Earth Angel, again, you're going to feel it. If you're an Earth Angel, you're going to feel that connection to the universe. You're going to feel that connection to Source, or that I want to go home if I could just go home. Because that's what the 6th house is. It does deal with the home. It deals with health, service, your subordinates, if you have any, or your co-workers. It deals with pets and animals. It deals with cleaning, service, but it also deals with the home. So that's what you're getting in the home right now. And that's in the 6th house with healing. And Chiron is right there for healing. Because like I said, sometimes you might get into an argument, but sometimes that argument will help heal. Some people are just very, very stubborn. And ironically, because I was talking to a Pisces today and we got into an argument. But some people are very, very stubborn, and sometimes you got to hit them with a reality check, because if you don't, they're going to keep on with silliness. So now, again, we already talked about Sagittarius, and so she has Neptune. The person in the middle has Neptune and Sagittarius. So again, that's just, I just want to go. I just want to feel. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to talk about it. And the moon is right there. So his moon, or the moon in the universe, is also in Juno, and it's still about love and relationships and the deep passionate love of Pluto and Scorpio. So that's what she's feeling. I just want to love. I just want to go. I just want to dance. She got the spiritual thing going on with her, and then she's got the moon, and I guarantee that her moon is going to connect with the universe's moon and his moon. And what I mean by that, I know it's the same moon, but it's different feelings going through each different person, but they're all connecting to say the same thing. It's like, I just want to get away. I just want to be in love. I just want to get away. I just want this to pass. I know this is my twin. I just want to be with my twin. I don't care about nothing. Blah, 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 blah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's the 8th house. Again, what I said, Scorpio rules the 8th house. So this is soulmate, soul matters, twin souls. And it's affecting their dreams. It's affecting their subconscious. And she just wants it to be real. She doesn't want it to go away. She wants it to stay. But he, on the other hand, we're going to follow his moon. But he, on the other hand, he's worrying about a few things. See, his moon takes him right back to the 3rd house, which we said the universe is saying, travel, just go, just be in love. Don't worry about it, just go. And so his Juno's there too. His Juno's reverse means he's going to keep his stuff inwardly. Like he's not going to really want to talk about it the way he should. But he still got twins on his mind because of the moon in Gemini. So you got twin stuff on his mind. He's got the 2. And Lilith is saying, let's make this happen. But if you go back to the main thing is saying moon in Capricorn, which is you better worry about your career. This is in the family. It's in the 4th house. You better worry about your family and your career. So they're playing games. And like I said, people don't listen to me. But I try to teach, but people are going to do what they want to do and believe what they want to believe. Like, just because when you really study the Bible, you know certain things. If you don't really study the Bible, you won't know what I'm talking about. But even the Grox 1 talked about Moses. Moses had to get to the point where he finally started telling God, listen, I'm sick of this. And Job had to do it. Jonah had to do it. Because if you don't stand up for yourself, you're going to keep getting caught up in every time the wind blows right, you're going to go right. Then it's going to blow left, you're going to go left. Then it's going to blow straight ahead of you, you're going to go straight ahead. You're not going to take, and that's why the book of James warns people. And they tell you to stand, the Bible tells you to stand on a rock. Sometimes you got to take a stand. That's all I'm trying to say. Because if you're a female and you're waiting for a man to make a decision, but he may not make that decision you really want him to make. And, you know, some people don't mind waiting and waiting. That's totally up to you. I'm not telling people what to do, but it is my job to tell it like it is. And a lot of people don't like that. But like I said, I'd rather tell it like it is and stay broke financially than a lie and have a lot of money because I have a conscience. So I'm doing that for me, not for, because I can't expect people to understand that and say thank you, because we're on a 3rd dimensional planet that can be very ungrateful. But they end up getting it. Like, you will reap what you sow. There will be karma where you reap what you sow. And that's why when you talk about karma, you better talk about Scorpio and Pluto, because they're going to bring karma. And you better talk about Saturn, because they're going to bring karma. And that's what you really want to worry about too. Not just feeling good. You got to worry about these things, because sometimes you're being set up and you don't realize it. So we got the theme of everything. The universe is saying, go for it. Yeah. You want to, yeah, love your twin. Go for it. Get that good sex. Wow, it's beautiful. But then it's going to go back to family and career, or my reputation. Well, I don't want everybody to know I'm cheating on my... I don't want everybody to know. So the person is the wishy-washy. Which one is it? And that's why I said if you don't know how to stand on a rock, you become victimized. So I have to talk about it, because then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a cousin many years ago. She wanted to marry this man, and a lot of people were telling her and her mother, not him, anybody else but him. She didn't listen. She just wanted to get married. She jumped into a marriage with this guy, and he verbally abused her. He treated her like garbage. Purity garbage. And then they were saying, well, I wish somebody had told us about him before this happened. People did tell you all about it, but you were so happy to get your daughter married, and she wanted to be married so bad that she didn't listen. And then now she's, oh, I wish somebody had told me. So that's how we work sometimes. All right, now we're going back again. We'll look at the sixth house real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because we talked about the sixth house with Libra and Pluto. And then his sixth house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then again, his sixth house would be the 6th, which is Virgo. And see, now let's look. I hope you're looking. You notice that his Mercury is retrograde? Because he ain't going to talk about it. You know, he's never really going to tell you. Not saying he won't talk, but he's not really talking. So like a female will say, oh, he does talk, because he did tell me he's not happy, and he does tell me that I make him happier. That's all she's going to say. But he's not telling you deep inside. Just like his Lilith is retrograde. And Lilith is going to keep the deep secrets. That's what she's about. So that's why I said I'm just trying to get people to think. This is not just feel. That's where everybody makes that mistake. Oh, it feels good. Oh, the sex feels good. Oh, I know how I feel when I'm with him. But it's deeper than feel. You got to go deeper. Because he's not going to respect you until you respect yourself. And that's the bottom line. That's what women don't understand. And like women will tell you, oh, you know, I do what I do to make men happy. I like that men look at me and they think I'm sexy. But you're playing yourself out because they're calling you a hoe behind your back. Oh, I gave him what he wanted because I knew, you know, if I gave him sex, he didn't. But he's still in marriage. He's still into the right thing. He's just knocking you off and going home. So I tell the truth. Everybody gets upset. But be glad somebody's telling you the truth. But we live on a third dimensional planet where most people are happy with being low level. And they get mad when somebody tells them the truth. They'd rather kill that person. Then they say, you know what, this guy's really looking out for me. I should have more self-esteem. Now, if you notice, the Neptune is at 13 degrees, and his Neptune is at 13 degrees as well. Okay, so let us continue. So that's everything going on in the 6th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now in the 7th house, you got Aries. Well, you know, in a way, no, that's beautiful. Look, you got everything in the 7th house in the universe. Love, finances, beauty, diplomacy, forgiveness. And Palace is about defending a woman for the most part. Palace is about defending a woman. So also, Palace will help you see signs and synchronicities and stuff like that. Uranus says, listen, like RESPECT. That's Uranus. You will respect me. Uranus is like, you're not just going to tell me what to do. So this is all good energy, though, with Aries in the 7th house. We're still talking about relationships, because I told you that's what the universe is talking about, relationships right now. And Aries rules the 1st house. And then Mercury, ready to talk. And not only ready to talk, but ready to go into the 8th house. Mercury is also ready to go into the 8th house. Means you want to talk about that deep stuff, that soul stuff, that Scorpio stuff, that Pluto stuff. So that's real good for the 7th house. So now we got that. So now you go back to, the reason why I'm going back to her 1st house, the person in the middle, because that's Aries. Aries rules the 1st house. And she has Taurus there. Now she could be stubborn, but don't forget, Venus rules Taurus. And Taurus can be very loving. And it could be a strong love. So maybe that's what they're talking about. So that feeling of love is there. So before we go further, let's go to his chart and see his first house. Now, his first house is Aries. So that's why I say it's hard because when you tell people things, they may get upset. But the universe, like right now, the universe is going to make this guy highly passionate, highly loving. He might even talk more than he usually does. He might be even more funner than he normally is. So from a woman's viewpoint, she's like, wow, he's really opening up to me. And, you know, that could be the case. But you just better hope it continues because the universe might change. And then if he doesn't really have those real feelings, they're going to leave again. Because that's what happened. Because this person knew something happened in the universe when them two made love. She knew. Because she asked me to check it out, and it was there. Everything she said was there. She knew it. See, this is real powerful stuff. That's why I have no time for no idiots. I have no time with nobody calling me on the phone with no crazy dysfunctional family stuff. I'm definitely going off on that in my other channel. Because it's just at the point we are ascending. We're learning more and more about ourselves, more and more about our universe. We are ascending. We don't have time for that low level garbage. People accusing you of stuff you didn't do. Minding your car, driving your own business, you get pulled over anyway. An asshole is bullying you. Like, dude, I didn't even break any laws. What are you doing? And now he wants to pull you out the car and knock you upside the head or something. Like, this stuff really goes on. So I was talking about all that on the other stuff. We got to get past this. So now you can see he will be aggressively. He will be worrying about. He'll be very relationship centered, passionate, and all that. But she may perceive that as, wow, he's really starting to come around to me. But that could just be a universal thing as well. So what I'm trying to say is she should be more stronger so that he's not just coming and getting a booty call and then leaving and playing her out. And whenever you see Lilith retrograde, you better be careful. Because Lilith keeps it all in. And Lilith will chop you off, you know, for whatever reason. You don't even know why you got chopped off. Because that person's going through some crazy stuff within themselves, their life, how their parents raised them, and you don't understand it because he just stops talking to you. And you take it personal, but it had nothing to do with you. This person has internal situations that they have to deal with. And that's why I'm adamant about telling people you have to deal with your dirt. Like I said, when they hear those videos, they say, oh, wow, he seems really upset. Oh, wow, wow, wow. But I have to get that out. Because if I hold that in, I'm destroying myself. And these individuals I'm talking about, they've been trying to kill me. That's nothing new. They'll lie and deny, but I came with the proof and everything. So you have to know where you stand. What really do you want in this and that? And you don't have to do it right away. But let's say y'all have another whatever you want to call it, and then you don't hear from them again, like for days or whatever. At some point, when are you going to stand up and say, you know, I don't mean to be forward. I don't mean to, but what, you know, you could at least understand I would need to know something. And now if he gets upset, that's how you know he's a player. See, I don't fall for something just because you say twin flame. I've been on the planet long enough. I've seen them come, I've seen them go. I've seen serious women and I've seen players. I've seen people that really care and I've seen people that really care as long as you don't make them feel a certain way. Because then all of a sudden all that care turns off quick. So that's why I still want to say communication. So that's why I'm going to say keep an eye on Gemini. Keep an eye on Gemini. Because Gemini is all about thinking and communicating. To make a relationship really grow and work, you need communication, compromise, and commitment. Communication, compromise, and commitment. And a lot of that you find in Gemini. Communication, compromise, and commitment. So right now for the Aries energy, it's going to be beautiful, loving, independent, and fun, wanting to talk, and it's going to be beautiful. So some people are going to say, oh, it's love. It's love. But no, it's just the universe. So you got to hope that the person still is at least half as happy once the planets change. That's how you know it's real. When they're still showing love, still communicating, still showing you they want to be with you and stuff like that. Not just a spur of the universe. Now when we follow her Aries energy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In the 12th house, you see a lot of retrogrades in her 12th house. And there goes Lilith. But at least Lilith is in retrograde. So Lilith will be pretty happy. Her Lilith would be happy right now because all this Aries energy is coming with love and communication and freeness and spur of the moment and travel. And she loves it. Now let's follow his Aries energy. Okay, we already did first house. Alrighty, so he's in perfect harmony with the universe right now. Now I believe we're in the 7th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now let's go to her 7th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again, we may have already done her 7th house. I don't know. But again, you can see Scorpio energy, soul energy, the sexual energy, twin soul energy with the moon. So she's feeding on his moon energy, and his moon energy is, Gemini to communication. But Lilith is there, and Lilith is retrograde. So you have to be careful when Lilith is retrograde, especially because they're still hiding stuff. They're keeping it internally. And she's got the sun in Scorpio, and that's her true north node. That's what she's supposed to be working on. So she's really ready, and she's got Uranus there, and Mercury is right there close. So she's still got that whole, and it's with Libra. So she's ready. She's like more ready for like, just tell me it's going to be me and you. Like, let's tell me. But she's also probably going to be real humble to say, well, I can't force this man to do anything, so I can wait. But maybe if I just show him that I'm really serious, he'll be, he'll eventually make a decision in my favor. And usually that's just not true. I mean, but it's said that it takes that much to make a person do the right thing. But it is. Like, I've been on this planet long enough to know that. Like, it's like somebody said, you want a great relationship with a woman, get a mistress. Now, I'm not saying do that. I'm saying it's like a joke. But to some degree, there's some truth in that. Because she might be mad at you, she might hate you, she might get revenge, but there's part of her that wants to get involved with the competition. She's not better than me. She doesn't look better than me. Oh, I can do this better than her. Because I remember one time I was in a car with this woman, and it was weird because she had a bad relationship with her husband, but I was in a religion. But in that religion, you was always alone, like in ministry with some other woman. But I wasn't dirty. Like, if I was a dirty type of person, I would have been having a lot of sex. But I wasn't dirty, so I never did nothing. But I do remember that woman, like, she was real quiet sometimes because she had a bad relationship with her husband. But she was real quiet sometimes. But I already knew what was up, but I never pushed up on her. But anyway, we were outside at this apartment complex. It was a female walking with her man, and to show off in front of her man, she started doing cartwheels. It was sweet. She started flipping back and flipping back and flipping back. But she was showing off to get him, to make him look at her and say, wow, that was wonderful. That was beautiful. So then I looked at that, and I just thought that was sweet. I thought that was so romantic because I'm a romantic person. So when I did that person, that woman I was with, she looked at me, and then she said, well, I can do cartwheels. But the point is, me and you are not in a relationship, so what difference does it make? And me and her never did anything. But obviously she was thinking about it, because for her to say something like that, like, well, if that's what makes you happy, I can do that. Like, and she's an older woman too. Like, she's in her 40s or 50s. At that time, I was pretty young. I was still relatively young. So I'm just saying how the mind works. All right, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so again, it's all about relationships, Aries energy, and all that. Now we're going to the 8th house, which shows a vertex cross, which could be a significant meeting. And notice how that significant meeting is in Taurus. So it might affect her first house of Taurus. Because that's where her Taurus is in her first house right now. But Taurus also rules your finances in the money house, which is number 2, which is Gemini for her right now. Sun sign in Taurus. Mercury, vertex cross. And you got good fortune. And what is that? That's the 8th house again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now you got the 8th house with Taurus. Now let's see her 8th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So once again, it's still playing off that Aries energy because her Taurus is in Aries right now. But again, you got the 8th house, and once again, Sagittarius wants to go. Sagittarius wants to travel. Sagittarius wants to have fun. Neptune, again, is all about idealism. So there's a form of spirituality there, but it's also Scorpio in Pisces. Scorpio is more spiritual, or excuse me, Pisces is more spiritual, but it's still psychic. And Scorpio is more psychic, but more like the underworld. But this person will have an idealistic viewpoint. And don't forget, Sagittarius represents the ninth house, which is your higher self. So then we're going to check out his Taurus is exactly where it should be, with the money and finances, 2nd house. And you got Chiron as the healer. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then again, 8th house with Scorpio. So you're still dealing with the soul. And in his house, there's Juno. So now he wants a serious relationship. And Uranus is going to help that happen. So this is a perfect time for coming together between these two twins. So that's the 8th house we said. Let me do it again. Let's go back to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now the 9th house, again, that travel, Sagittarius energy, which has been good so far. You got Mars, but Mars doesn't always mean confrontation. It can mean confrontation, but sometimes it's just Mars has a lot of energy. Just like Aries has a lot of energy. And you see the communications right there. So they really will be trying to go forward. And you notice in her 9th house is Capricorn. But right now, Capricorn, the moon is saying your career, because Capricorn is your reputation or your career, even though that's in her 9th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because they're making her 9th house like her 10th house. But I believe that is her 9th house. I'm pretty sure. Because I think we did this before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so they make her 9th house like her 10th house. And there's a reason for it, because of that Capricorn energy. And if you've been listening, that's the Capricorn energy, because the Capricorn energy is telling him, no, you know, I got to worry about my reputation. I got to worry about my family. So that will kind of explain why in the 9th house, which is supposed to be your higher consciousness self, and travel and learning, you know, higher things and religion, philosophy, Capricorn means she's serious about it. And with medium Coeli and Capricorn there, I would say she's trying to make a career out of something in that 9th house. Even though it's not a 10th house. But they're trying to make her 9th house like the 10th house. But what I'm trying to tell you is because let's go to his 9th house real fast, but then I want to do something else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again, Sagittarius, all about travel. Let's do this together. Neptune is saying it's going to be beautiful. We'll work together. And you can see, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Where her moon is right there. Why? Because the moon in the universe is saying Capricorn, hey dude, you're married. Hey dude, you got a career. Hey dude, what about your reputation? Everybody's going to know you're a cheater, dude. And that's going through his subconscious mind through the moon. And possibly maybe Lilith, but Lilith don't always care. Lilith just wants to get hers. She could care less. She's not worrying about the after results and stuff. But what I'm trying to tell you is you could just see the whole thing. And it's blocking the whole Sagittarius. Let's do this together, because Sagittarius is the higher consciousness, the higher, like the two people coming together almost. But it's travel, philosophy, all kind of stuff. So that's why her Capricorn and stuff is in her. Because I always told you that whenever you see medium Coeli in your 9th house, that's usually your mentor or somebody you're really connected to. And now you're seeing that the way the universe is going right now is him. And then when you get to the 10th house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now he's got family. That's the universe, though. The family. So the Capricorn is still going to deal with the moon. So you're still dealing with Capricorn in the 10th house, but the moon, but with Cancer. Now, right now, if you see Cancer in the 10th house, you're dealing with higher education, land and property, vehicles or travel, the heart. Even Imun Coeli, believe it or not, because Imun Coeli, the mother, is Yulina in the 4th house. But now she's there, so it could be the mother, some type of motherly type thing. Could even be like, right now they're talking about Our Lady of Fatima. So that's perfect. That's perfect for the 10th house. Our Lady of Fatima. The Pope was in Spain, because that's the mother, Imun Coeli. And she's the high priestess that's in your subconscious. So that's what's going on in the universe. And it can also be focusing on family business. Family business. Sound 1, 2, 3. So now we go back to the 3rd house. In her 3rd house is communication. So that's why I say if you see Cancer is in her 3rd house, so she may even be talking to the guy about his wife or about family. Because that's what the 6-9 is the family. And it's in her communication sector. Now let's go to her 10th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, it's by itself, but it's Aquarius. So right now, Aquarius is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th house. About travel and stuff. So for some reason, they put that in her 10th house. But remember, that somehow they're trying to turn her 10th house into him. Because I keep trying to tell you, it's like the universe is pushing the two together. And when I say travel, it can be literal travel, but it's also telepathy because of Neptune. It's also because of telepathy in the moon, subconscious stuff. Because it's trying to show you that travel is kind of like being held up. And why is it in the 10th house? Because it's all about the career, about his life, his reputation. That's the 10th house. And that's why you see in the chart on the left, the space chart, Aquarius is in the 5th house, which is all about travel. But we're already showing you why they can't really travel the way they would like to. And you get more information on this chart because it's in the 10th house. And in the 10th house is Capricorn. But right now, he's going through some guilt. His subconscious is getting to him and stuff like that. He wants to move forward, but he's got that guilt. And because he can't move forward, she can't move forward either with the Aquarius in the 5th house over here, which is traveling, moving forward. And even in the 5th house can be telepathy as well. Because the 5th house is a lot like your Uranus. And it can have to do with travel or astral planning. Or telepathy. So that's why her 10th is kind of stagnant. And then when you see his 10th house is straight up Capricorn. All about career and reputation. Now her 11th house, which is friends and associations and stuff like that, has Pisces. But it also has Pallas, because Pallas is all about women's rights. And we already talked about Neptune and Pisces. In the 6th house, which is basically healing and stuff like that. And his 11th house, again, is Aquarius, which is about friends and associations. But he would be a type of leader or encourager for them. So if I'm not mistaken, we already did her 12th house with Aries. And then his 12th house is Pisces with nothing there. So we go back to the universe, and we know right now the universe is taking Pisces into the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th house, a home, idealism, perfect situation, spirituality. So that does make sense if you think about it. So his spiritual house is spiritual because Pisces is there, and Pisces runs the 12th house, and ain't nothing else there. So that could be another reason why he has his consciousness bothering him, because of the universe. So that is the update. Now this is how this works. That's the update of what's going on. Now this person, they're there. They really know what's going on. So they would know better than me. I'm only going by what the universe is showing. But that person would know better than me. And sometimes I get a lot of people to say, oh, like I had one time where a person sent me a twin flame. So, but I'm just gonna be honest with you. You meet a lot of people, and I read it the way I saw it, and they were trying to say, well, no, this isn't this, and this isn't that, and this isn't that. So how I get out of that, first off, your natal charts is your future. So if it really didn't happen in the past, yet it probably is going to happen at some point because that's what's in your natal chart. Secondly, a person has got to know how to listen. Like you have to learn how to listen and see what resonates with you. But if your mind, if this is how you're listening, or that didn't happen, or that never happened, so even if I'm saying something that did happen, you're so busy going negative that you're not going to hear it. Because you're trying to hurry up. And these are the same people that write me back instantly. Like that you just get the video and you're already writing me back. And it's like a 2-hour video or something. So this is something where you have to really calm down and let the universe take over. And, I'm not saying everything I say is correct. And that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying is, if you gave me the right information, a good amount of that information I'm saying is definitely going to be correct. It's up to you to listen because it's your life. It's up to you to get to know. Because I do. When I'm listening to anybody that's talking about me, I'm taking notes. I'm trying to figure this stuff out. And that's why I said with me, this is not about YouTube. It's not about social media. This is real life stuff. So I stay the way that I'm going to stay because I know what my life is going through. And if I wasn't as strong as I was, I would have been in a crazy house. See, that's why y'all need to listen to that 3-hour video that I'm going to drop at some point on my other channel. Because I tell you all, the carnage of third dimensional BS, and why thank God I was able to get through it. Because you can't be weak. You have to be strong, and you have to use your common sense. And that's another thing we tend to not want to use. Like me personally, I'm not being in no 3-way with nobody. That's just me. Like this whole twin flame thing. Here's the deal. I worked hard for decades. This is something that just came up. Unfortunately, neither one of us was ready, and she was more into drama than she was in unification at that time. So when I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, I'm going to keep growing and working with the universe. Now, if there ever at a time in her life when she grows up a little bit more and she wants to have a mature conversation, then maybe we could talk. So like I was talking to somebody this morning. And again, they're trying to make it seem like it's me, but it's not me. You guys are known for drama. If I pull up the fact sheet, it would be obviously who really causes all the drama and who starts all the stuff. But y'all been always flipping it like it's me. But when I start to wake up and ascend to 5th dimensional, I'm going to be able to see through your nonsense. Which I saw through it before, but I was just trying to be a nice guy and keep the peace. Whereas now, it's not that I'm going to not keep the peace, but I'm not going to sit here and just let you talk crazy. And that's with the negative. That's when somebody comes around and they're always saying something negative, even if it's not negative. But they're always saying something negative. And I said that's what the devil did in the Garden of Eden. The Lord said you can't eat any trees of the garden? And he didn't say that. But they start off with a negative, and that's how they get in. Then he said to Jesus, if you are a son of God, do this. It always starts off with a negative and tries to put you off balance. It's demonic. So you got to realize if you have people around you like that and you really are trying to ascend, you got to get rid of them. And like I said, if the person really wants to ascend, they won't have a problem meeting with me. If they have any problem meeting with me, it's because they really want to stay in 3rd dimensional. and they really don't want to ascend. And if somebody really does have a true plan with you, they would be telling you about it. It wouldn't be a mystery. It wouldn't be, what is they going to do? I hope they do this. Or they would be telling you. It would be better communication. We'll be talking more about twin flame union, fifth dimensional, stuff like that. I mean, it might not happen overnight, but it wouldn't be the same thing that these third dimensional people are doing. Which I'm going to sleep with you and tell you, then I'm going to go home and say the same shit to my wife. So it does come a time when you would ask somebody, what is this? Where are we going with this? And like I tell you, last thing I'm going to say before I end this video, I know my value. And that's why I'm still here and been here for decades. Because I know my value. And I've never let nobody tell me I'm a piece of trash. I've never let nobody just beat me up without no type of comeback. And I've never ever just, oh, I'm just happy that you're kissing me. I'm just happy that you're with me. Nah, it's deeper than that. Like, this is life. This is real stuff. And in order for it to stay real and authentic, you can't be with the BS. So I just tell her like it is. And that's the good thing. By me, I just tell the truth. It's not like I chase people out of here on purpose. But the truth scares them and they go running. But they're going to keep running. As long as you're running, you're going to be running. You got to get to the point where you stand and go through this process that God is taking you through. And I'm telling you, the best thing you can do is be honest. Because one thing they could say, well, that person never lied to me. So even if they do some dumb stuff, like my twin is no way, I know for a fact, it's still ringing. Like every time she has a dream about me, or because the angels are always working on your subconscious. Anytime if they're going to say, wow, this guy really flipped out on me and told me I really like you, I really care about you, but all you want to do is argue and stuff like that, and you don't want to talk. So all the stuff I said to her in those final days before I got fired, that stuff's probably still ringing through her ear to a certain degree. Or if every day things don't go the way she wants it to go to in her present life, whoever she's with, that stuff I said is going to ring through her. And all that stuff she was saying when I was there, oh, he's this type of person, he's that type of person, she's already going to be regretting that. Because like the saying is, when it's gone, it's gone. Now you miss it. So if this is really a twin flame situation, I have nothing to worry about, because all she has to do is stand up in harmony with the universe if she's doing her part. And it will work itself out because the universe is helping. But if she stays third dimensional, then nothing I say or do is going to change anything. And it's good I didn't get in a relationship with her, because I wouldn't have been happy. And I'd be falling back from my mission. I came here for a mission. I'm here for a reason and a purpose. And that's not going to be violated by anyone. So that's how I look at it. And everything else is nice and good and dandy. And you always see me doing horoscopes, and you always see me doing charts. But I'm a realist. I'm a realist. Like this can't work with just me doing everything. That's the problem now with all these people I'm talking about. They're just sitting back thinking I'm going to do everything. So you have to let these people know I'm not going to do everything. You're going to have to get up. Or if you don't get up, we're going to change this whole scenario where you're going to stop running up thinking you're talking to a servant, or you're talking to a little kid. You're talking to a grown-ass adult. So you're going to have to learn how to respect that. So you're going to stand on that rock. You're going to stop being afraid. Stand on that rock. And as people respect you, then you're going to see that guy that was just banging you out and then leaving and maybe not even calling you for days or something, and then making you like it's your fault when it's actually his fault. Well, if you can't call me consistently, why do you got to be having sex with me? Am I more than you than just sex, or I'm just something you come hit when you want it and then leave? So that's when you stand up for yourself, stand for your rock, and then that's when you get self-respect, and then that's when you start to see that this guy is going to start changing. He's going to start taking you seriously, because he's going to realize that if he doesn't begin to take you seriously, you might end up with somebody else. But as long as you're letting him wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, I'll call you when I can, see ya, that's all he's ever going to do for you. God bless.